What's up, people? It's your girl Janelle, and today we're upon the scene with a special Father's Day edition. So we want to ask the people in the streets today how much love, laughter, and joy their father figure or their father has brought to their lives over the years or whenever. So no matter go too far, stay with Spy Day, right? We're gonna talk to the people. Come with me.
He made me the strong woman that I am by just being there for me all my life. I was a difficult teenager, and at the hardest moments in my life, the places where I most struggled as a teenager and again as an adult, I just spoke to my father, and he was like, yes. I experienced being able to go home again, and it was great. He was there for me, both my parents, both of them fabulous parents, I must say, but my dad, quiet strength. And one of the things that I thought I loved most about him that has spoiled me for all the men in the world is that he used to bring his salary slip and the money home and give it to my mother and say, you can work the magic with it. I don't know what to do with it. Just give me a cigarette money. And I thought that was the sweetest thing. And I haven't found anybody who's going to give me theirs yet. So I guess he's the best dad in the world for just that.
Well, I had a father. He passed away, but he was my role model in terms of he showed me how that you can be economically free or financially free. I was very strict, he's old-fashioned, and he's partly who made me who I am today. You know, although I didn't agree with some of the things he did, but it turned out that I really miss him now that he's gone.
For me, my dad is my rock. He loves me unconditionally. He allows me to be myself, and I love him. I'm unique in every way, and I am from a large family, but his expectations for each of his children is tailored to you as the individual. And because of that approach, I have been empowered to be myself within whatever space I go into. So I can say that my dad has shaped me to be the adult that I am today.
My dad has taught me how to work really hard to get what I want. I've always seen him doing more than one job. He would get up early in the morning, go out and do some farming, and then he'd go out and do his craft. He didn't have a lazy bone in his body. The only thing I think he hates was spaghetti, because I could never get him to eat that. But other than that, he instilled some really good values in me that I use today.
I never have a father. Him is a sperms donor although him die, but you know, if him never dare, I wouldn't learn. If him never dare take care of me, I wouldn't learn to take care of my own them.
So what I want to ask you now is, seeing that you have children, you told me that you have 8 children. Yes?
Yes.
So,
8 of them.
so what I want to know is, right, even though you didn't have that father figure there the way you wanted him to be there, what are some of the things that you have done to ensure that you are present and there for your children?
Well, I'm there for my children, them from them small, you know. You understand me? From them come out from them hospital is me all the way until them ready for go on them own, you know. You understand me? The boys, the girls, you know, 4 boys, 4 girls. So I did the right through for every one of them. So it leaves to them now if them want to turn them back on me. I don't have nothing to do with it, to do with them, but I try to put out my best because I never have a father to show me nothing. But just some big man friend advise me and show me of fatherhood.
So talking about fatherhood, what's your favorite thing about being a father?
Well, being a father, it it hard. It hard for really be a father because you have to send school, you have to find money for buy food for them when them come home and see that them alright and everything, buy help them going to school, doing school work. It's hard for a father when the mother is not around.
My dad has impacted my life tremendously. In fact, he has been my role model for quite a long time. Growing up, he grew me like a businesswoman, even from a younger age. Like when other persons were getting like an allowance and stuff, he would actually assign me to pay bills, and I would have to submit a detailed budget, like actual budget, monthly, and he would say, "Oh, but this is different. What is this for?" And I would have to explain. He has taught me how to be very shrewd, how to pay attention to details, how to be a woman of good virtues and morals and standards. So I am because of who he is and who the values that he has instilled in me.
They're around your kids, being around your kids, then nothing else can come between that. Until today, day, check out my father not around me now. I mean, like, I'm a big man, but make you them get big and give me grand. And them still I said dad, whatever. So, best thing for ever a father ever do for them kids, and call himself a dad, and the kids call him dad, be around them from them born until now.
My father got a little bit more fashion savvy as he gets older, like fine wine. When he was a little bit younger, he would be committing a lot of fashion crimes, big baggy clothes. He didn't care about whatever he looked like. It's like, it's comfortable, I'm wearing it, that's it. But now I'll find that, oh, he's getting little tailor-made suits, he is putting things together, and he's like, oh, he's into the gym now, so, the muscle shirts and stuff. So it's like, oh, he's aging backwards, but I love it.
Perhaps that one time when he went out in shorts and water boots.
Well, I can say that Daddy has been wearing fanny pack, even when fanny pack was the thing. Whenever we have family trips, you can always count on him in his Jesus sandals and his fanny pack. And when we're laughing, he doesn't care. He shows up in his fanny pack on the beach, in a restaurant or wherever. So fanny pack is always in style for him.
The most dad thing my dad has ever done, I think, whenever we're on the phone, he always likes to say cool breeze to end it instead of saying bye or I love you. And I always think that's so cute and silly.
The dad jokes, definitely, and we'll have little like play sessions, him rolling his belly and water competition and stuff like that. Just getting me to even learn my timetable was a whole entertainment production. we had to play a lot of games and stuff. It was so fun that even in the summer period, all of my friends, our age group persons, would come together, and everybody would be practicing their timetables, because we know that once he gets home after work, it's a whole show, a whole production.
The most dad thing that he's done was, well, he really made a point of me being respected when I went to this particular school. I remember we were driving home one evening and a boy said a slur that was really disrespectful, enough for me to stop eating my food. And I told my father. Next day my dad was at school and we were in a meeting. So I remember being the girl that nobody dissed after that. He really taught us how to, stand up for ourselves and not let people disrespect us. So I think that's something I really appreciate
So as old as I am, my father still calls me his baby girl, and honestly, I love hearing it.
It wasn't to me, but my sister was ill once, and he simply scooped her up in his arms, took her to the car, and took her to the hospital. Lifted her out of the car and took her inside the hospital and put her in a chair. And, I felt like, wow. And I remember him also like putting us up on his shoulders to see like Haile Selassie driving past when he came to Jamaica. We were lining the roadway and he allowed us each to see into the car because it was moving slowly, and he lifted me up first, lifted my sister, and then my two brothers. Everybody got an opportunity to see whether the back of the man's head or some part of him, but yes.
A special moment that I would have had with my dad, seeing that I don't see him as often, was definitely the last 2 years when I went to see him for Christmas. We were able to go see my sister, make this lavish dinner party for everybody, and it was really nice because it was just the two of us, and it's been a long time since I've been able to hang out with him like that, so it was very sentimental to me.
Not everybody in Jamaica grew up with a biological father. However, we have somebody, all of us, have somebody who has at least played that role or played the part of a paternal figure.
I have been blessed to have two fathers. One is the biological father. Hey, I'm 6 feet tall, so that works. And then I have the man who actually raised me. That has been a difficult thing to reconcile. I remember as a teenager growing up, I was always very angry because my father was absent from my life. My father abandoned our family when I was 5. And that wasn't an easy thing to grow up to. Nevertheless, my mom says, this is what we have and this is what we're working with. It's amazing how the perspective of your experiences shape who you are, but you also get to shape your experiences based on your life's perspective. My second father was always there. He took me through those high school years. He was a person who would make sure my books are purchased immediately, having gotten my school book list. You know, when you leave school during summer and you get your book list, I would have my books within a week. I was told I had to read my literature books. I had to make sure I, go through my history books. I had to learn everything that was in the geography book. And he, Ansel Johnson, who is my actual father that raised me, would always ask me questions every summer. When he was at home, he would sit me down and he would quiz me. And I had better be ready. So I was blessed to have two fathers. The first one that left me when I was a child still makes me a little bit angry. But what he taught me was resilience, how to stand on my own, how to make my life better, even when I don't necessarily have the support. The second one taught me the love of learning, knowledge, how to remain curious. And even as an adult, I have remained curious. It has helped me to build a business. I am grateful for both fathers, and I've used both experiences to become the person that I am now.
Just my big man friend, where especially name, I have a big man friend named Glenn.
Mm-hmm. Big up Glenn.
Yeah, me there New York, Boston. You understand me? All of them suck them and him sit down and we talk about and them things, and him show me the ropes and say, if me wrong, if me have any idea, I go to him and I say this to him and I say that, and him say, no, you deal with it the wrong way. Better you go by it this way or so. So I just say it go. You understand me?
It takes a village, and I have been blessed with men of substance. There has been Another father figure, my pastor, he has molded me similarly. I look to him for advice, to be very candid. Like, you would be surprised at the conversations that we have. We can talk about just about anything. And he is not afraid to be very real, radical, but still upholding Christian values.
I have role models that I look up to, yes, but it's like men of history. So I do look up to gentlemen in history that have, done a lot of great things, especially our Jamaican predecessors, men that have done great for our country. I look up to them as, role models as well.
I have actually very strong uncles, and I've had some great bosses. I remembered Danny Williams. I worked at Life of Jamaica for 11 years. And Oliver Clark. I worked at the Gleaner for 23 and a half years.
Two persons come to mind. I have a family friend by the name of Calvin Smith and another family friend by the name of Mr. Fullerton. He's no longer alive, but I can remember in my teenage years when I've had some moments, they were always on call. If my dad is not available, they're there. They've taught me to love myself, appreciate everything that I have in life. And I think those are the two men who has contributed to my life as a woman. Every year when it's Daddy's birthday, you can count on him sending you a voice note with the song, I did it my way. And whenever we have a family trip, you can count on him playing Celine Dion, I'm your lady. And he says, I'm your lady. And we usually laugh. And he's like, well, that's what she's saying and that's what I'm singing. So whenever those two songs comes on, I always remember my dad.
Once I hear a country western, it reminds me of my dad. You get to know when to fold, know when to walk away.
Know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
Yep, as I hear it, I remember my dad.
I had no father figure, but my mother filled the shoes. And a song that reminded me of such is Dear Mama by Tupac.
There's no way I can pay you back, but the plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it.
Where he sang about his mother and how she went through the struggles with him. And it was a similar case with me and my mother. So I can safely say that my mother played that role very well, and I am proud of her.
Big her
up. Big up to my mother, Winsome.
Big up Lenky from Boston, New York. Your daddy has a brethren, show me the ropes how to deal with certain things. So I just decide there, Lenky.
Hi, Daddy. Love you.
And there it is, we heard what everybody had to say about their fathers or paternal figures, of course, in retrospect of the upcoming Father's Day, June 15th. Now, what I want to say before I leave you guys is big up to Mr. Dillon, wherever you are. You should be in Kingston. Yeah, big up yourself. Thanks for being an amazing dad. And I want to say to our viewers, stay tuned until next time. I don't know which part we're going to do. Obviously, Pana Ceen. Know what I mean?